Today we'll be traveling by bus from the Tiger's Den Resort near Ranthambhore National Park to Jaipur, the Pink City. We leave mid-morning after some people in our small group have gotten back from a last tiger safari. Jaipur is only about 85 miles away, but due to our late start and some bad roads, it will be late afternoon by the time we arrive. Our destination city, Jaipur, was founded only in 1721. It was started by Maharaja Sawi Jai Singh II after he decided to move his regional capital from the Amer Fort, which is about 7 miles from central Jaipur. Jaipur is said to have a population between 5 million and 5.5 million. Whatever it is, it will soon be a lot more. Jaipur is reportedly one of the fastest growing cities in the world. The area of Jaipur is also increasing. There's plenty of new construction. Some of it's very impressive. Why is Jaipur called the Pink City? Well, there's a lot of terracotta. However, a more likely reason is that when Edward VII visited in 1876, many buildings and even roadways were painted pink in order to welcome him. The many hundreds of windows and favorable exposure of the Palace of Winds was designed to provide some relief against the sweltering heat. Also, harem girls could peek out at passers-by without being seen. Our hotel, the Trident, is said to be very close by. We're planning to just check in and then head out again into an old section of Jaipur known for its shopping. Well, if it sounds like bedlam, it certainly is. The bus was parked across the street. We crossed over, nearly got killed a couple of times. But so far, we're okay. I can't imagine what they have over here that makes it worth risking our lives. But Hesse and some of the others in our little group seem eager enough to find out.
Oh, I know. But I said they have all these very says it's Tuesday.
This kind of bazaar, so-called bazaar, is a hodgepodge of outdoor vendors, storefront shops, and a multi-level mall that we're going to get to later if we can.
Murano. Across the street. And I don't
Okay, it's my pocket.
Okay, we've now entered the mall.
Please don't approach me. I'm going to touch him.
After collecting everybody, which was a little bit harder than it seems in this video, we're now trying to get back to the bus. Well, it seems our luck is held. Everyone's here safe and sound and accounted for. Next stop, and finally, dinner. We're going to the nearby home of a family descended from Rajput princes. They're going to host us tonight.
Just grab the slope there.
So pretty. I love this.
They're coming. Just getting ready.
Seems families such as this one are in somewhat the same position as disenfranchised English gentry who have to host tourists in order to make ends meet. In addition to the somewhat elderly head of the family and his wife, their 4 sons and their families also live in this large house, along with an unspecified number of servants. Upkeep must be substantial. Even from the outset, the hospitality of this family was self-evident. However, I must say I was feeling a bit odd. I guess we all were, even our hosts, except for that little boy, 6 years old, who seemed to be having a very good time. One of the brothers stands behind the boy, along with his wife in the orange sari. The boy's mother is in the red sari with the red scarf. This very personable lady sat at our table during dinner.
Okay. Just let me tell you about the family.
Okay, lady wants to say something.
Just to naturally tell you about the family. There are 4 brothers. Among the 4 brothers, the eldest brother is my father-in-law, wife. His older son, wife. Second brother's wife. Now I'm his second son's wife. So there are 4 brothers. 4 brothers, 9 children to them. The ones who are married, they have 3 children.
The video and stills that follow are from the tour we had of our host's home before dinner. We only have a few stills of dinner. A couple of ladies in our group had an opportunity to model saris, and at dinner, our hostess demonstrated how one is to be worn. The tour encompassed pretty much the whole house. From an upstairs balcony, we got excellent nighttime views of central Jaipur.
Shall we proceed? Because we have one more place to see. One more apartment. Okay.
Maybe it's because dinner wasn't really exceptional, though it was okay, that it's already over. What I do remember is the conversation I had with the little boy's mother, though not having much formal schooling, I gathered, and perhaps not being of a high caste, she made it clear to me in her affable way that she was very much against the government's attempts to work toward giving all citizens equal rights in areas such as education. Her comments kind of surprised me. I guess I figured that such a pleasant woman would be for more rather than less equality. Heading back to the bus, though, I decided that I had been naive. The feelings of this in-law wife of a disenfranchised noble family were probably pretty typical. We wake up refreshed. I guess I'm still thinking about that family last night, though. Yesterday, we started out in Ranthambhore. We're conservationists, are striving to protect a small number of tigers and other endangered animals. And then we have dinner in the house of dispossessed Indian gentry that hunted tigers in the same region of India until Indira Gandhi took away their estates in 1972. Ironic, paradoxical, just one more example of India. Wow. Well, I was reflecting about yesterday, we've all been on the bus to the Amer Fort. We've gotten off because from here we're going to have to transfer to a jeep. As I've said, the Amer Fort was the former capital before Jaipur was built. The Amer Fort was actually a fortified, entirely walled city that included the Maharaja's very large and ornate royal palace. The first known fortress on the hill behind us was built over 1,000 years ago. Over half a millennium, ruling, competing Hindu clans succeeded other clans until they were finally conquered by Mughal, that is, Muslim invaders. Many of the rulers made additions to the palace, which reflects both Hindu and Muslim architecture and styles of ornamentation.
Hello! It's funny.
Yes, as you've guessed, probably, we've hopped into one of those jeeps and we're heading up through these winding streets to get as close as we can to the Amer Fort. Well, this is as far as even the Jeep can take us. Though we're almost there, it's still a short, steep walk up to the commoner's entrance to the Amer Fort. The only other option, the traditional one, is elephants, and due to some recent accidents, Sandy's tour company apparently has told him not to offer them, or at least to discourage us. Hessie and I didn't need much discouraging. Sandy seems to be rationalizing, begging the question really, by saying that we're better off not having taken the elephants because it gives us that much more time in the courtyard. True, of course, but why do I think there was some in our group who would have preferred arriving on an elephant? Got another 5 minutes.
Globus, everybody just listen to me for a second. And I give you some free time. Okay? I'm going to buy the entrance.
Well, Sandy gets some tickets. He's going to give us free time, and he's asking us to meet him outside the Lion's Gate in 10 minutes.
People are standing up there. Wait for me over there. That's another 10 minutes.
We'll be moving to the second level now.
Hey, get those stones. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Those. Yeah, get all the way up here.
I would like to go on that also. You said you have to get on where the sun was in the picture.
Kind of people who were collecting revenue, collecting tax for him, were here whenever the Maharaja wanted them to be, whenever he wanted to have his audience. Yeah, it is known as Darbar, D-U-R-B-A-R, Darbar. The Maharaja was sitting inside. You see the marble pillars inside on a throne. That means whenever they're having darbar, they're having audience. That's how we use this word.
Catty corner from Daiwan Ayam is Ganesh Gate. Ganesh Gate led to the chambers of the Maharaja, his family, and attendants.
I would like to go on that You said you have to get on
We've now made our way to the interior courtyard of the Arambag 4-quadrant pleasure gardens. Not only beautiful, the 400-year-old design is ingenious. The garden was supplied with running water from gravity-fed cisterns. Cooled air flowed into the adjacent palaces whenever there was a breeze.
I would like to go on that also.
Sandy's telling us that when the Rajput princes were finally defeated after many attempts and a long siege, thousands of Hindu women killed themselves rather than face the Mughals. And when the Mughals entered the fort, they killed any inhabitant they found alive.
We came in to wife of the so her palace in Agra.
Obviously, there's a great deal more time traveling that could be done here, but time grows short now. Well, finally we've started the long march back to the waiting Jeep. The next stop is going to be a jewelry factory and showroom. Not my favorite thing, but an opportunity to buy our travel diva something for her birthday. What do you get to travel diva and partner of 52 years? What sparkling or shiny or both gift can I buy that will get past the scrutiny of our chief financial officer, who also happens to be the travel diva? No problem. We'll think of something. I always do. So for now, a few moments longer, I can dwell on all the after images I have of the Amer Fort. And for a while anyway, not worry about whether or not I will be able to put together a coherent and at least somewhat entertaining video of what we've seen so far of Jaipur.
Good tour, good trip so far? Yes. Great. Last spectacles, please put on them. Because tiny hairs to show you. That should be visible. Jaipur is the biggest in the world for the cutting and polishing of gemstones worldwide. No machines are used. The entire process the world related to jewelry.
There are 3 gems right over here. Look at this.
Here, so we stand.
Beside the elephant.